Okay, welcome back. This is Professor Plow. Teaching you how to use WeVideo to edit your simple video projects. And this is part 2 of the series. In part 1, we brought in our raw footage interview, and I showed you how to kind of break that down into sound bites and usable portions for your film. And how to discard the parts that you do not want to use. And now we're going to add another layer of media into this and actually visually tell the story. So we're going to be looking for supplemental visuals that show all the things that our interviewee, Andrea, is talking about, because this is a show me, don't tell me medium. Now, in order to do that, we're going to work with more than one track of video. So you noticed over here in the sequence or timeline over on the left-hand side, we have these tracks: video 1, audio 1, and text 1. And these are layers or tracks where you blend things together. So if you're blending multiple pieces of audio together, like speech and music, we would need multiple audio tracks. Now, if we're only seeing one video image at a time, why would we need 2 video tracks? Well, I'm going to show you that, and it's all a part of being efficient in the editing process. So what you'll notice up here in where I have my imported footage here, in my bin, I'll call it, is I have lots of footage, lots of new footage that I've imported. What we're going to do is we're now going to pair these interview segments with clips that show us what Andrea is talking about. So if we go back here.
The overarching purpose of the donation station is essentially twofold. Our 2 components are, our goal is to support the local food economy and develop a robust local food economy, but also to support those in need and make sure that that local food economy is available to everyone in our region.
Okay, so we know that they want to support the local food economy, but make that local food available to everybody. So we're introducing the idea of the donation station. And so I'm going to select a couple of clips that I think are appropriate for this. So what I'm going to do is, first off, I'm going to add another track here. So in my track plus track button, I'm going to add a video or text track. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to change the order. I'm going to move it down so that it's video 2 is over video 1. So I'm going to take this here and I'm going to bring it down into my V2 track.
Essentially twofold. Our 2 components are.
Now, what you notice right away is that there's sound playing on both of my video tracks, but really I only need the visuals here, and I don't need all of them too. So the first thing I'm going to do is kind of trim up what I do need. In order to do this, I'm going to expand this here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to say, okay, I want this video to start right as it starts to tilt up. And also what I'm going to do is I'm going to show audio level. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to take these 2 nodes at the end and drop my audio level. And maybe actually I'll leave it up just a little bit. I don't know if I want to lose that sound altogether or not.
It's to support the local food economy and develop a robust local food economy, but also.
So that's probably where I want that shot to end. And then I want to bring in another shot. I like this one of kids going at
I will use the apple him.
So I'm going to bring this shot in. This shot's really long, but remember my method. I'm going to bring shots in. I'm going to show audio level here. Let's see here. Collapse this all the way down for now. And I'm just simply going to trim this up to an appropriate length of clip and move it to where it kind of butts up against this clip here. I'm going to look for one more clip here, them getting set up here. And again, I don't need this whole clip. This is a massive clip, so I'm going to trim it way down to what I need. What I might do is just go ahead and split this and just use this portion. And then move it into position. Now this isn't going to be perfect, but this gives you an idea of how I would visually tell stories based on what somebody is saying. But now you can see visually how I do this using 2 tracks of video. So let's see how it plays out.
The overarching purpose of the donation station is essentially twofold. Our 2 components are, our goal is to support the local food economy and develop a robust local food economy, but also to support those in need and make sure that that local food economy is available to everyone in the region, not just those.
And one final thing I forgot to do, make sure I show those audio levels. And then, oops, go ahead and drop those down.
Everyone in our region, not just those who can afford it or who can travel to a grocery store.
So you can see that's the next part of the process, is to select clips and then place them in your newly created video 2 track and use them to show or visually tell the story based on what your interview participant is saying. And then the process is that you bring the clip in, and then you can trim it up to its appropriate size, and then you can also move it around where you need to and make adjustments. So if I wanted these all to start earlier and end a little earlier, I could. Or if I wanted to start the clip first.
So the overarching purpose of the donation station is essentially twofold. Our 2 components are, our goal is to support the local food economy and develop a robust local food economy, but also to support those in need and make sure that that local food economy is available to everyone in our region, not just those who can afford it or who can travel to a grocery store.
Good. So you see, I kind of like that a little bit better, but you can experiment with when do you want to see your participant and when do you want to see what she is talking about. Now notice in the beginning of the film, I do need to show my participant because I need to visually introduce them. And we'll also talk about how to help that introduction with text in a later lesson. And it doesn't have to be perfect because at any given point, I can make adjustments. I can move clips around, I can change their length, or I can delete them and find a different clip. So nothing is set in stone. It's important to know. And this is just another layer of refinement as you go through and you add visual B-roll to all of your clips.